Y'all better get comfortable with saying black.
Black versus the Board of Education.
That's why we are indeed a whole mood.
That's it.
It's never a dull moment here at Black versus the Board of Education. Hello, and happy Monday. It is December 11th, and we are holidazed. Are we partaking in the festivities, or are we opting out? That's what we're going to be talking about today. As always, this is Miss Laureen. I'm your hostess with the mostest and the captain of this ship. And before we ever set sail, we let you know who's on the boat. So we're going to start with Adrian. Hey there.
Hello, name is Adrian, and a pretty good week. Lakers won the first ever in-season tournament.
And that made Tevin happy, okay.
Niners, first in the division.
Okay.
Only up from here.
Only up from here. I love it. Miss Anaya is back. Welcome back. Hey.
Hey, everyone. I'm Anaya. I'm back from college.
No air hunts. I thought at least it wasn't the crickets. Hey, Miss Keela, what's going on?
Hey, it's your girl Keela. I'm doing good today. I was a little under the weather yesterday.
A little?
Yeah. But
I'm
good. Hopefully.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better. Hey,
Thank
Jalen.
you.
Hello. Just got off the plane. Very tired.
You got off the plane from what?
I went to North Carolina
Oh.
for the weekend. I got to see some friends.
I went to North Carolina for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Just something very slight.
Okay.
Finals week, everybody pray for me. Thank you.
Okay, we'll make sure to get those prayers up. Hello there, love bug.
Hi, I'm Quinessa. I'm back.
She sounds so
Round
sweet.
2.
She sounds so sweet. Hi, I'm back. Over the weekend we had some birthdays. Tevin hit the big 2-2. And then Linnea, her birthday was yesterday. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to get a happy birthday to my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
Okay, happy birthday to moms. And I know I'm going in the week because I finally hit my 40-somethingth birthday. It's all good. I'm feeling some type of way though, because the older I get, I'm like, but I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm still super young, but I'm not. Until people start getting on my nerves and I realize that I done hit that threshold that I'm like, I'm not the 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, so you see, I'm just at a loss.
Birthday, man.
I'm at a loss. So yeah, I hit 45 and we'll see what goes on in the 45th year, but so far so good. So far, so good. Announcements. So I know that City Hall tomorrow, 5:00, the youth liaisons or the youth commissioners are going to be presenting on the youth liaison seats on the council. So that is 5:00. Anybody who is interested in joining the party, come on and come through. And then I have to send a shout out to one of my friends, Charity Chandler Cole, successfully defended her dissertation on Friday. And it has earned her doctorate. And so I got a chance to sit in. So I've never been on a call or a presentation or whatever. I wasn't sure, what it would be like. She kicked tail. Like when I tell you she had her research and all that good stuff, she was talking about mandated reporting. And so hopefully she'll slide me a copy so then I could go and hold these school districts accountable. So I'm with that. So big shout out to her. And we're going to do a hard transition because we got a lot to talk about. It's the holidays. And we know for the holidays, a lot of people, sometimes they're triggered. Everybody's not happy about this time of year. I always used to look forward to it. And we'll talk about why the change, right? But can anybody share their personal experiences with holidays festivities? Like, when this time of year comes around, what are you guys most excited about?
No school. A break from school.
No school.
No, that Christmas break hit, man. Especially after a long semester.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. And like for me, I get burnt out around the third test.
Mhm.
So at this point, I'm just doing it just to finish it. I'm not learning nothing. I forgot.
I mean, you should already learned it, right? And you should be able to regurgitate what you learned at this
You
point.
should be.
Okay, that's not your case.
The first two tests I could.
Oh.
The third one, ooh, boy, I tell you.
Oh,
Boy, I tell you.
that's because we spent the weekend in North Carolina.
I was studying though.
You
I-
studied the
yeah.
whole time.
No, I finished the essay. I did.
Mhm.
You want to read it? It's on Black
Mm-mm.
religion. You want to see it?
Miss Keela, what are you looking forward to, or not looking for, or what did you used to look forward to?
Oh, okay. So what I used to look forward to. So when I was younger, we always had like a tradition that we always go to my grandma's house,
Mhm.
and then she had 11 grandchildren. So she always gave us like a big bag of like gifts, and then we all ate breakfast together.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, I think I did that up until like 12.
Okay.
But yeah, now what we do, we always do Secret Santa because I got a bunch of siblings, and you know that money, and so
The
yeah.
money be moneying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we do Secret Santa every year. So on Thanksgiving, we draw through a hat and we all pick each other's names, and then Christmas Day, we all like, I got you, and then yeah.
Shout out to Sherman in the chat. Hey, welcome back, Miss Quinessa. Are you looking forward to something, or what's happening?
Well, I'm a kind of Christmas baby. So
Okay.
my birthday's 2 days after Christmas.
Okay,
So
that's Jalen's grandma's birthday, or no?
by the time we get
2
to
days before. Then it
Christmas-
was Buddy's, the 27th.
Yes.
Okay, then that's what it was. Okay, go ahead.
By the time we get to Christmas, it really just feels like Quinessa's birthday eve.
Talk to him.
So it's just like a pre-party.
A pre-party to the real party.
Period.
Okay. Anaya.
Something I'm looking forward to is matching pajamas with my family, including my dog. I started the tradition 3 years ago because I got pajamas matching with my dog, and my family was like, my mom was doubting me. She was like, "Don't do that," and then I did it. She was like, "Oh, it's so cute. We're gonna hop on the bandwagon." So
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
matching pajamas. So I'm hoping you about to post a picture of that.
Shout
Thank
out to the
you.
dogs.
Adrian.
Not really doing nothing this year. I mean, usually me and my family would go out to LA.
Mhm.
Looks like that's not happening, so
Goodness.
I'll just
Oh.
be at home.
Okay. Well, let me ask y'all this. How do you define holiday joy? What does that mean to you? Is that a thing, or
Yes and no, I guess. I think overall, like just everybody, like hopefully being positive and stuff definitely gives like the holiday joy, because you know people be like, oh, like Thanksgiving, I'm putting my tree up, all this stuff. I think that's a bit excessive, but we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, overall, defining Christmas.
that was judgy?
I'm sorry. I'm letting y'all know how I
Wow.
feel. But-
Okay.
Guess I'll take my
Um,
tree down.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I think of though.
I'll-
Like
I'll
I think
return
that's so crazy. But yeah, I think like overall, like that's cool, right? You're so like you're looking forward to the season.
Mhm.
But then like for me, I'm kind of just like, okay, maybe like a week before, 2 weeks before.
Girl, knock it off. Didn't y'all get y'all tree
No,
early?
because I didn't go to Apple Hill because it was drowning rain, and I went outside, got my hair wet, got mad. So
So you didn't get a tree?
No mindfulness, right?
Anyways, we got a little Grinch
Jalen.
tree though, like a little Cindy Lou tree.
Okay,
It's so
that's
cute.
dope. That's dope.
I think for me, it's year to year, because I think not all holiday years feel the same, and you can tell just by how much the family is input on
Mhm.
what we're gonna do this year. Like we used to have the gag gift parties.
Mhm.
Oh my
I was told it was happening, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just year to year. Like sometimes you'll be like, okay, you'll know in the summer, we got to make sure we got this, and this done. And then some years you'll be like, okay, well, we just going to grandma's house and we just going to eat and just watch basketball all day.
Mm.
So it's year to year.
Okay. Holiday joy. You got some? I'm gonna need to borrow somebody's.
For me, I think it is how much you put into it. Like that's what I think about. So like my mom's mayor of Whoville. Like she likes the tree and all the presents, and she wants the whole thing and the matching pajama. Like she's really, and my dad's like, if he hears a Christmas song, he's the Grinch. So I think it really just depends on how much you put in. that defines Christmas joy for you, and that like is gonna dictate how your holiday is.
Are you guys like present people? Like, do you guys do
I like
lots
getting
of presents?
Yes.
I like wrapping
You like-
presents.
You like rapping. He likes getting. I see head nods. So you guys have you like giving. Okay.
I'm a giver as well.
I like giving.
Okay, I like giving too.
No,
Everybody
no,
wants to
no,
give it,
stand
you
on
know?
your square.
I like getting.
Stand on
I'm
business.
more looking
Stand
for
on
like,
business.
ooh,
Square.
I like people's reactions. Like, I want you to know that like
Yeah.
I put thought into your gift. Like, I really thought of you while
Yeah,
I was doing this.
I don't wrap nothing. I give you the box, but I get you the box.
Box is crazy.
I get shoes a lot.
Okay, you not gonna wrap that up?
Absolutely not.
What?
It's not. It's not my.
I mean,
it's not in my
anything could be in a
arsenal.
shoebox messing with our family.
That is very
Like,
true.
We've
wrap
had
it up.
pieces of weave and
We've
we've
had-
had rollers,
We've had
tampons, slippers.
pregnancy tests. That was the craziest one I
That sounds
seen.
very ghetto.
It was. That's the part. That's the fun part.
It's a gag
Like
gift,
literally,
right?
you have it's a table full
Oh,
of
you
random
said-
gifts. It's a table.
And sometimes it's real gifts,
and
other
then
times it's not.
Yeah, we'll go around and you'll pick a number out of a hat, and you're the next number. If your number, you just pick a random one. You got to open it in front of everybody.
Yeah, and it's not ghetto; it's fun. So blow that.
Now that was a bit judgy, Adrian.
Wow.
Tampons in the
Wow.
box.
Oh yeah, I do purses out of tampons. Oh, I got all kind of stuff to do.
No,
Oh
we
yeah.
got. Yeah, we got.
Oh yeah, they be having straps and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
Don't invite me to your Christmas party.
Nah, they had a. You remember the doll that everybody every single
Every
year,
year,
somebody- it's
every-
one doll.
It keeps making its rounds. So yeah, we have fun. I don't know what's wrong
I
with
swear
y'all.
you've been to one.
Because I don't
She's like,
I don't buy gifts anymore. I haven't bought gifts probably in about 15 or 20 years because I believe I give all during the year. I'm not going to. I was never going to make my kid about that capitalism. So on Christmas, we would find ways to go serve in the community or go volunteer someplace else because she was spoiled. She got, she was only one. So we found other things to do. And the gag gifts was just a thing because we like to have fun.
Yeah, and I want to make it on record. I think he's been to a gag gift party, so I don't know why he over here judging.
He just acting weird. I don't know.
There's a reason it was only that one time.
Oh, now you got me, man.
Well, he don't know what he missed.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's all. So I was looking at I was thinking about something. So every time this year comes around, you hear about the Grinch, right? The Grinch who stole Christmas.
Scrooge.
And then you hear about Scrooge, right? And so I wanted to look up some things about Scrooge because I think we have them messed up, right?
I was gonna say that the older I get, the more he sounded a little
But
relatable.
why was he that way? Does anybody remember why
Wait,
he
who was
responded?
Scrooge?
Ebenezer Scrooge?
Ebenezer
from-
Scrooge, the Christmas Carol?
Yeah, he didn't have
Yeah,
nobody.
You don't know? You've never? Okay, we're gonna put that on.
Yeah.
I thought that was the I thought that was
Well, I know he's like
Ghost.
bah humbug. He didn't like the
Mhm.
Christmas spirit. He wasn't subscribing to Christmas. He didn't want anything to do with it. And so I'm like, I wonder what happened to make him get to that point, right? And we've been doing mindfulness, right? And we've been talking about how different traumas impact the way in which we show up in the world. And so I was looking at it said, early life. Scrooge had a difficult childhood marked by loneliness and neglect.
You said that.
His father was distant, and his sister Fan was the only source of kindness in his early life. However, she eventually left him when she got married. So that was his recollection, right? And then he fell in love with somebody because of his growing obsession with wealth and success. It led him to prioritize his career, and that person ended up leaving him. And so we're dealing with abandonment, not just as a child, but as an adult. Right. And then it says the focus on wealth. As he grew older, he became consumed by the pursuit of wealth. He started working for Mr. Fezziwig, who was a generous and kind employer. But Scrooge's desire for financial success led him to leave there and start his own business. And I don't know about y'all. Y'all know anybody running a business besides me?
I know a few people. Yeah.
It's a level of stress and worry that accompanies that. And so I was thinking about when you have all these things that are weighing you down, is it so hard why do you think it is so hard for somebody to find joy in what other people find joy in?
Because they are consumed with what they have going on, and they only see their perspective their perspective is I got to get my goals, and my goals are financial. His view of financial success, and when you're constantly achieving it, because I think what it sounds like is he's going after something that's not achievable. He
Mm.
wants just this, because we don't know what his idea of financial success is, because he was
Obsessed.
obsessed
Mhm.
with money.
Mm-hmm.
So he turned everything away. He was like, no, I don't want to do anything with a love life or anything, because if you're going to come before my obsession,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not meant for me. So then he kept pushing people out of his way for this obsession.
Yeah, and it said over time he became increasingly isolated and cynical.
Mhm.
He developed a disdain for the poor and a reluctance to share his wealth. So again, why the disdain for the poor? Is it that he thought they were lazy because they weren't working as hard as he was, or how hard he thought he was?
Mhm.
Or was it that he came from that background and didn't want to go back? You know what I mean?
Probably a combination of both.
Yeah. I think we give him a bad rap. I'm not saying that selfishness is cool. But I wonder the things that go on in people's lives that get them to this point where they're isolated and cynical.
What I was also gonna say was I feel like you guys watched Elf. I just watched it for the first time.
Mhm.
Like,
I
Is that with Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell?
yeah. So
Okay.
like even like Buddy's dad, right? He was at work on Christmas Eve. Some people, like, with their workloads, they don't care about what they got going on because there's a real world, quote unquote, out there, you know? So I feel
Right.
like some people don't care because at the end of the day, we're here to make money. We're here to continue to grow.
Mhm.
So I feel like with Christmas time, like, okay, yeah, be cheerful, but like, okay, at the end of the day, stand on business, you know?
And then in context of that, then you'll have people that look at Christmas as just a day off,
Right.
you know?
For some.
Yeah, for some, like you'd be like, okay, if I have to work on Christmas Eve, I get this day off, then I got to go right back to the grind the next day.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and I'm wondering because it's easy when things are not going according to plan, it's easy to become cynical about them. And I find myself in this place right now. If I'm being mindful, I'm not excited about this holiday. I'm not happy. In air quotes, because you can ascribe whatever that means to you. And I'm like looking around my house yesterday, and I'm like, if I don't put up some lights or something, I'm gonna fall into depression because I have all this pressure on me to kind of meet these expectations that nobody placed on me. I placed them on myself. But what does it mean to be successful in business, successful in life, and to still come around to this point where I'm generally giving around this time and I have no energy left to give? Right? And so I'm at this like paradox right now. Because if I don't get some lights or something up around my house soon, it's gonna be all bad. And I feel it. You know what I mean?
I feel like it goes back to your like question about Christmas or like holiday joy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that requires a certain amount of present moment awareness.
Yeah.
Like you have to be willing to be present and focus on your present moment happiness and not be thinking about, okay, well, what do I need to do tomorrow? How much money do I need to make? How much money do I need to save? Like that's where you get into like the worriness, and then you're not concentrating on
Nothing.
the family or whatever else that would bring that holiday
Right.
joy.
Right. And it's crazy because I don't know if I've ever really felt this way around this particular holiday. And it sucks because I want to be out doing something. But
go ice skating.
no, I don't want to injure myself.
Go to Winter Wonderland at Cal Expo.
I don't like that.
What? Have you been?
I have.
That was kind of cool when I was.
I'm
at
about to say,
work.
I'm
And it's
going,
cold
I'm going.
outside. Oh. So I'm gonna figure something out because I generally have people around me all the time. I
Mhm.
generally like doing, I don't know, karaoke or something. So I have to find it out because I'm holidays. I don't. It's like,
Yeah.
can we just get on with it?
Yeah.
Because I'm already like, oh my God, January is ridiculous. It's so busy, and I got to do this and I got to do that. And then I heard that you was going back to campus, in January, and I'm like, man,
Yeah. They said there's no online courses for your major no more. You got to come back to graduate. I said, Lord Jesus.
So it's just like all these changes that are coming up, and it's like everybody's stretched thin, and then you look at like TV and everybody's saying, "Oh, come buy this, come do this, come shop here, come get this," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to." When did we replace the value of people? Like, when did we do that?
Social media, when everybody became able to get access to somebody at any time. We don't need to go in person to go talk to somebody no more. We can literally just text you or call you. We don't need to see your face anymore, really. And it's made us isolated in the sense of I can literally call any one of you guys from my house, and that can be our only communication for a year. And then we can meet at one time and just be like, you know what? I think I like our relationship better when we were both at home. Like something like that. Because you never know, because a lot of the people that we meet are online people. You meet them through social media apps.
You meet the person that they are presenting.
Absolutely. And you meet them, and then you meet them in real life and like, something about you wasn't like that when I first met you. Because you don't meet somebody till you meet them in person. But we say we met people when we text them and we get to see the side that they want to see.
That?
Huh?
Is that what y'all say? Y'all say y'all meet people when you text them
people.
online?
No, I know people that say that.
That's.
I can see people saying that.
Yeah.
I don't say it personally.
I'm like anybody.
Like the phrase is like, "Oh yeah, we met online."
Yeah.
Really? See, and I just feel like that's disconnecting everybody. It's like everybody's more connected yet disconnected.
It's like Wall-E.
Wall-E?
The end of Wall-E.
I don't know. What's Wall-E? The robot?
Yeah. At the end, basically everybody was on a
remember.
spaceship and everybody was literally next to each other but texting each other.
Yeah, or like they were ordering their food like through the little machine, and then they were talking to the machine. They weren't communicating with each other. It was like a whole bunch of stuff, and they were all getting like bigger and like all that stuff because they were literally
they would literally just roll around in wheelchairs.
They
Like
wouldn't even get up.
everything was electronic. They wouldn't get up. They wouldn't talk to other people. They would only talk to machines.
And do you guys find like a correlation with where we are in society
Absolutely.
with that?
Yes.
So do you think that is why some people are impacted at this time of year? Because now normally this is when people get together. Some people find that awkward.
And
right?
I also think, to Jalen's point, it was social media, but I also think it was the pandemic that fueled social media harder. Because now we have to come up with ways to still meet, but not meet contact to contact. So now that was the spread of Zoom. So now people are just eating together on Zoom and then bloop back on the couch.
Yep.
So I think, just pandemic fueled it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was also like we gotta remember like present moment too, right? Like say if you're angry at a family member just because it's Christmas or this time doesn't make it okay, or like they try to push that narrative like, oh, it's the holidays, like forget about it. But it's like, no, because why do I have to forget about what I'm going through with this person? But you want me to be happy on this end.
Yeah. And it says choosing to opt out of holiday celebrations can be a form of self-care for some. How do you prioritize your mental health during the holiday season?
For me, I just stay around family because that brings me the most joy.
Is that in person or online?
Like in person, like with my mom and I go to my grandma's house and we'll just eat. She'll cook and we'll eat over there. We'll bring the dog and he just be running around like just being able to see
togetherness.
everybody. Yeah,
just like Mama
room.
Margie said in the chat. She said not about the finances, but togetherness.
Absolutely. Just being together in a room just makes you forget about what you have going on later the week or next year or just in general.
What about you?
Yeah, I would agree with Jalen. Almost like if whoever you care about, see them, make that effort, put that effort out to hang out, because it is hard and everyone's busy and life be lifing. But I think we also need to remember, like, okay, we have more time off if we do, so let's take that to an advantage.
And Sherman's in the chat. He says self-care around the holidays can be hard. Please elaborate, sir. Elaborate. What do you mean?
Ooh, I see what you're saying, though.
What are you saying? What do you think, Quinessa? I see you leaning in.
For me, it's like to prioritize my mental health. I just like try to remind myself that I can leave whenever I want to. Like if I'm going to family's house and I don't feel comfortable, I don't have to force myself to be there. Like, and I think that that's something that I've struggled with my whole life, especially, when you're a kid, like you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But like now that I'm an adult, like I have the car keys.
Right.
I can go. And just listening to my body and my mind and being like, okay, I'm getting anxious now. Like I need to head out. It's nice to see y'all.
Yeah.
I'll see you at Easter.
Yeah, and what he
You said
what he
Easter?
said right there is
You're
as a
focused on
giver.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
like in a situation like what Quinessa was saying, like some people feel obligated,
Yep.
even if they don't want to be there, they have to be there because they feel like they need to be there, and it's the obligation factor is what he's alluding to with the self-care. It's like I feel like I need to buy all these people gifts. I feel like I need to be in this spot, even though I don't want to be there. But I think they just need to see my face, and that's hard, Yeah,
and I'm reading his comment too. As a giver, like I remember when I used to buy presents, I'm like, oh my God, if I forget this person,
he gonna feel some type
they're
of
gonna
way.
feel this, and so if I get this person, that are they gonna think I'm cheap because somebody else got something different? And then it's like, okay, so I just used to go grab a whole bunch of purses. I mean, y'all just figure out which one you want.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't know if somebody would look at me in a specific way if they didn't get the one that they wanted or they didn't reach it first, or so I just don't.
Yeah.
That's my self-care. Like I'm just not going to do that. Not to myself and not to them, because that's not it's not an illustration about the way I feel about you because I picked this out. You know what I mean? And some people are just rude, right? I'm not calling nobody out specifically, but some people are ungrateful.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know when we got to this point where people stopped saying thank you.
Yep.
When people started expecting something because it was this holiday. I don't know where we got to there, why we got to there.
Yeah.
Because it used to be, thank you for thinking of me.
Right.
It's the thought that counts, because nobody's obligated to buy you anything with their money, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to focus more my attention on being thankful, happy to see the end of the year, right? Because there are a lot of families who are hurting around this time. They don't have that one loved one around, right? And so this togetherness brings about, like, there's this void that they're trying to contain, and sometimes it's the first time, your first holiday without that person. And so being mindful of how other people are, we just have to be thankful and grateful for anything that anybody gives us, does for us, comes to our house to spend time, because people don't have to do that either.
Yeah.
And I'm horrible. I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I'm be honest with you. My joy level, I don't want to go anywhere. And it's not because somebody hurt me. It's just I don't.
And I think a lot of people associate like just Thanksgiving with, they'd be like, okay, well, Thanksgiving is a day to give thanks. They don't think of Christmas
Right.
the day to give, or just any day to give thanks, but they just like, okay, it's called Thanksgiving, so this is the day I'm going to tell everybody I said thank you. I think that's what a lot of
Regardless.
people think, like, because that contains the holidays is Thanksgiving, then Christmas, but I think it's a lot of people who just, yeah, like you said, are entitled and expect things from other people. Stuff.
Yeah, and it says, like, holiday plans can be sensitive, and I heard you say about your boundaries, right? When you start to feel a specific way, you'll leave. How do you communicate your boundaries in this season to other people, or do you just go along to get along? And it's a podcast, so y'all got to talk.
For me, I mean, I'm lucky enough to be able to go into a space with a partner, and so I can say, like, hey, I'm not feeling good, and then we as a unit, we gotta go, we gotta head out, and so it's less attention on you because you're leaving with someone else. But when you're doing it by yourself, I understand that can be really difficult. My sister really struggles with that. And
is it because of the expectation they expect her to be want?
Yeah,
to
I
be there?
think I don't know if there's a true expectation from other people, but she feels like people expect her there. I think that might be where there's a disconnect. She's afraid of being judged or thought about in a certain way if she were to leave early, and that kind of anxiety leads her away, or some people away from following those boundaries. So it takes a little longer to be able to say like, hey, I'm not feeling good, I've got to go.
Do you have boundaries that you communicate to people, or you just sit there silently?
That's usually my go-to.
What, to sit silently?
Yeah. Like I said, we all usually go to LA, so it's not like I can leave.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll sit there or I'll go to another room. My family's pretty good at knowing when to stop bothering somebody. So whether it's me or somebody else, if we just take that exit, just let them take that exit and they'll be back.
Anaya, do you are you able to communicate your boundaries?
I haven't really had to set boundaries with anyone in my family. There's like a person who is in the family that I don't like at all. So when they're there,
yeah, you stay up there.
I just don't talk to them. Like, I'll say hi. You're trying to get in my conversation. I'm gonna talk with you. I'm not talking to you. Yeah, I guess that's a boundary, and I feel like they feel that energy.
Oh, that was kind of mean.
Alrighty.
So you just put your hand up like that?
No, I just, for example, if I'm having a conversation with you, right, and you're there, and I don't particularly like you, I'm just, yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, like.
So I mean, without going into the story, did this person offend you or someone else that you love?
Other people.
So it's not a personal thing. It's, that they did something to somebody else. And so based on what they did to somebody else, you just not fooling with them.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't remember.
How do you communicate your boundaries? Or do you communicate your boundaries?
I communicate my feelings. I'll give you an example. So like Thanksgiving, right? So I have a little brother. He's cutting up.
Go Keith.
So
he's not that little. He's about what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
Keith.
Little bucket. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, so we've had a lot of like different stuff going on in the house, like people left or like coming back or whatever, vice versa. So I feel like I communicated how I felt because that's what I was asked to do. So when I got shut down, I made it known that like you made me feel uncomfortable. I verbally said that, and then I think like 15 minutes later, I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good time. And then I left at like 8, and then I think my sister stayed until like midnight. But yeah, me and my partner went to we left, and because I was like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable. So he was like, okay, like let's go then. So I was like, okay, cool. So I kind of agree with you, like having a partner definitely kind of makes it easier. But also this is the first time that like I've been by myself. So I think like last year when I kind of would feel uncomfortable, I kind of just like dealt with it. Or I definitely was kind of closed off, like what you were saying. Like I'll definitely make only eye contact with you. I'll definitely let you know I don't want to talk to you if you keep pushing me. But if you kind of just once or twice, I'm like, whatever. But if you keep making it known, I'm literally gonna let you know that I don't want to talk to you.
And so does that stay intact when we're talking about this holiday season and the family's over? All of that stays intact. I understand it was Thanksgiving that you're specifically speaking about. But again, because this is supposed to be the season of togetherness, does all that still stay intact?
Yeah.
Okay.
All year.
Yeah, I'm good. I'd leave. I'm a leaver. I'm a leaver. I got my car keys ready, and if I need,
do you make an announcement or do you just walk out?
I really want to walk out, but I'll be telling my mom that I'm about to leave. She'll be like, "All right, go tell everybody bye," and I'm like, "I don't want to tell everybody bye, but I gotta go tell everybody bye now." And then usually I try to make a big announcement at the door. Hey, I'll see all y'all later, and I'll leave. But and then my mom will look at me like, "Really?" And I'll be like, "Nah, I gotta go back and go." All right, bye. All right, bye. All right, bye. Yeah, so it's hard. That's the hardest part. Is when mom be looking at me like, really? So then I'll be like, my fault.
Can we talk about something really quick?
You can.
So like in that, but like no, like okay. So let's use that example, right? Like say you're going to somebody that you barely know, right? Like say it's an auntie you barely know.
Yes.
So like how
An
do you
auntie you barely
like
know?
somebody in the family that you
like
do
somebody
not
barely
that
know-
you
yeah.
just met, and you be
Okay.
like,
or like like a third cousin or something, and you're going to their house. Like
Okay.
how like has that ever happened to you before? Like so like how do you handle that situation?
oh man,
Who house you went over?
well, I don't go to nobody's house, but like,
She said, "Hold on."
no, like,
I'm like, what auntie you don't know? Hold on.
no, because we
Tell us all.
You know, we got my mom. We got 100 cousins,
We do
so
right here in Sacramento.
I don't know who the cousins is. Like who cousin is who cousin. So then I'll be going and I'll be like, I just say, all right, bye.
But like, does it make you uncomfortable?
Absolutely. I don't want. I told you, I would leave without saying goodbye. Somebody else will fill them in where I went if I could.
So you don't feel obligated to say bye to them.
Oh,
He does if
no.
his mama tells him.
Yes, it's
But if your mom wasn't there, you finna dip. Okay.
I no longer make announcements.
I feel like when it comes to leaving family events, my obligation is to my granny and my mom.
That's it.
You're gonna get a hug, you're gonna get a goodbye. After that, I really don't owe you anything.
Come on now, talk about it.
Okay.
Talk about it. Like it's a couple people I'm gonna say bye to. You know, it's only a couple people. Everybody else, you get the deuces. All right. I see you at the door. Y'all got to be looking at the door for my deuces.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So-
bye.
So y'all ever been to church and then that person hold up that finger and just walk out? No? Okay, y'all need to get to church. All right. So there's this thing in church. Well, I don't know about other people's church, but in black church, you just hold up your finger. That's like, excuse me, and you walk out.
Also, it's a bathroom finger.
That too.
Okay. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
That's a I'm leaving, excuse me, finger.
Got you.
I'm good at that one. It's time to go. It's just time to go.
I'll get my plate. If you
See, and you trying to leave with food too.
No,
See,
look,
now you
yeah, that's
taking
what I'm saying.
now you
Look.
putting
No, that-
attention
that-
on yourself.
no, look, I'll be like, I'll go over there. Nana, can you make me a to-go plate and keep it with you, and I'll come to your house and pick
See?
it up.
That-
Telling
yeah.
you, I got my ways, man. But every time it gets foiled because mom be looking at me and be like,
It gets foiled.
yeah,
The plate or your plan.
both. Both of them.
I can't with Jayla right now. So as we're talking about, people having a hard time during the holidays, how do we kind of foster understanding and empathy for those who are having a hard time? Do we just not invite them? Do we invite them and let them make the decision? What do we do?
I have like specific experience with this because it almost blew up my family. So my aunt passed away on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, like, we didn't invite my cousin, her daughter, to a Christmas event because she had specifically said she wasn't celebrating Christmas because she was mourning, and that's totally understandable. So we didn't invite her, and she was so mad that she didn't get invited because that's not what she really wanted.
No.
Like she was mad, she was venting, and like she still like wanted to be a part of the family. So I say to always just invite them, and then everyone always has the option to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we put it like that. I mean, yeah, because I think it's the want to feel wanted,
Yeah.
that want to feel like it's not the oh, can I come? Oh, sure, if you want to. It's the I want you to come.
Mm-hmm. But you decide.
Yeah,
Right?
but you decide. Yeah,
But I think also based on your example, that was the process of grief, right? Because she was angry in that
Mhm.
moment. But at some point there comes acceptance and you
Mhm.
realize that you have to move on with your life, right? And sometimes you don't know how to communicate that right. You don't. Sometimes you don't. But are there people that just ain't getting invites?
I'm not in charge of invitations, so that's not my job. I just show up. I'm not there yet.
I know for me, kind of like what you were saying, if I know somebody's gonna be there, I won't go
Mhm.
at all. But like I feel like people know not to invite me. So
They know
I'm
not
the
to.
person that doesn't get invited.
Sheesh. They got you on
Yeah.
no fly list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
I'm so sick.
Sorry, it's the fire sign.
Yes.
Sagittarius. But no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm that person that doesn't get invited, and I don't care. But like,
you don't care?
I don't personally.
It
No.
doesn't affect
No,
you
because-
later?
No, because
Oh.
like I said, you want to do something to me, you could talk to me personally around the holidays. I value individual relationships as well.
Mhm.
So if you felt offended that I didn't want to go, okay, well, text me. Let me know. We could do something. Other than that, like, no, yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Anaya, are there some people not getting invited? Or do you think there's some folks that should not be invited besides the one that you don't like?
I don't send invitations.
Okay. I want y'all to pretend y'all was going to send some invitations.
Okay,
Are there people on your not invited list?
No, not people.
Person?
Other than them, yes. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no, what?
Well, that's a good question. She said, "How do you think that one person
That
would
one
feel?"
person knows that that they're unwanted.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
Okay, y'all, if you
No,
know
I-
what happened,
no, I
like,
understand
But we
that.
can't know what
I
happened.
get it,
But-
but from the outside looking in, that look crazy.
She don't care.
We only know. I know you got your perspective, but our perspective is like, wow.
I mean, and that's assuming that
protecting my
people
peace and I make
have to
boundaries.
care,
That's
right?
your
Are there people on your no invite list, sir?
No, but
Oh goodness.
they would be on my if I didn't know them. So like I have cousins and stuff that I don't really know. So like I know of them, but they're not coming to my house. But I know them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Are there
All
people on your no invite list?
If you sick,
Oh.
stay home. Last year, I had to stay home from Christmas because I had sick relatives, and I was like, I'm not catching what you caught, and they wouldn't stay home. I think that's rude.
It's nasty. It's kind
No,
of
that's rude. That's rude.
But like, but I was gonna say, what if they trying to feel wanted too? And
I don't
they
care.
They missed out on the whole year.
They need to want to get better.
We can make a Zoom call.
That's what
You
they
can
need to
join that FaceTime
Like,
while we
that's not the
unwrap the
same.
present.
Look,
No,
They need to want to get better.
So they just gonna miss out on the whole year, and you just meet up that one time, and they're just not.
Hey.
Okay, but
They
like, say
sneezing
for
on
instance-
confident
okay, so like, say
They
for
chose to
instance,
get
we're in
sick at this time.
So
You
we're in
cough on my yams.
California. So we're in California.
cough.
Say you got somebody that lives in Florida. Sorry with the state, but okay, they live in Florida.
Mhm.
they're
And
flying in.
they flying it. You gonna
Okay.
tell them they can't come, and they're
If
here
they
for
knew
that
they was
week,
already
and they're
sick,
sick
yes.
that whole week.
If they knew they was already sick, why you on the plane?
But
don't
if
tell.
you only see that person once a year and you mess with them, like say for instance, say if you're Nana, right? Say,
Well, I live with her.
That's not, listen.
It's my dog.
So say she was out of state and she came and she was sick. You're not gonna see her.
Put
Oh
on a mask.
no, no.
But y'all
okay.
didn't say that. Y'all
No.
said if you sick, stay home.
No.
That means you.
No,
If
it's-
I'm hosting and I bring people to, I invite people to come. They're coming from out of state. If you're sick, don't hop on the plane,
that's what.
I disagree. I'm sorry.
or you're getting put up.
But if
somewhere
you get
else.
sick while you're here,
Yeah, that's
that's a different
That's
story.
different.
okay,
Is it?
Then you
Any-
can come.
any
But if
scenario.
you were pre-sick, you knew you were sick, then I don't want to hear
Yeah,
it.
you looking. You
But okay, so
you're not
your
looking out for
solution
everybody
is-
else.
So if you're out there for the week, you get sick on day 2, you're out here, they can still come.
My thing is, isn't that selfish though? If you knew you was sick, you not thinking about
But like-
anybody else.
But use her example, right? Like,
Well, like
she
for
said-
example, we had someone that was sick that was staying at my grandma's house.
Sherman said you going hard for him. Hold on.
I
They-
know.
I'm just making sure
Man.
because I feel like personally that's messed up.
You
That's
just-
not feeling unwanted.
She might be the sick
Look,
person.
look, we had a person.
You might be the
Alright.
sick person.
We had a person that was sick at my grandma's house where they were staying with.
Mhm.
They got put up in a room and they said, "Don't leave that room. We'll bring you food. We'll bring you drinks. You don't leave that room."
Okay, define sick.
So would you? No, wait. So wait, Keela, I got a question.
So there's
No, let me-
levels to this thing.
So let me ask you: would you rather that, or would you rather stay home?
But I'm not giving them that option.
Would you rather be?
Okay, if I
would
was
you
in that
rather be
situation
stuck in
and
a
if I
room?
was sick, I would definitely stay home. But like she said, what if you are 2 days in, right? 2 days in,
Okay,
and the event is tomorrow. You're not gonna let them come.
they in that room.
What if they just got the sniffles? You're not
They
gonna
get
let them
put up.
come?
That's different.
Put up.
No,
But that's
we-
not-
no,
okay.
not we're
We'll
not
bring
talking
you
about
a plate.
sniffles. We talking about like dead sick. like you
I'm talking about-
definitely sick.
So there's levels to
That's,
the
see,
sick.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if it's a sniffles, I
Knew
mean,
that.
everybody
No,
know that.
like a
Sniffles ain't
sniffle.
sick.
No,
Yeah,
no,
sniffles ain't
like
sick.
okay, let me give
Allergies.
you examples. So like for
I got allergies. So.
Yeah, we all
okay,
got
that's what I'm gonna say. In certain situations, because my sister, she got lupus. So
okay.
my mom,
Not that sick.
but I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
we're not talking about
I'm just
that.
saying, like as in like if you're sick, listen, I'm trying to talk.
We're listening to you.
Stop.
Dang. Okay.
Sorry, he's making fun of me. But okay, I'm saying like since she has a bad immune system, if she has a bad immune system and you're sick, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Because
right.
she got it. Like
Well,
she
they're
has-
not talking about that sick.
But,
Yeah,
but
you're
that's what
right,
I'm saying
Keela.
though. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, so what's the extent?
got
Because y'all just said there's levels.
Well, my thought is like specifically like for people like her, like with because my husband has a weak immune system, so it's like if you sick, stay home because if he gets sick, I'm gonna be mad.
But what if they don't got that? I just use that example as a.
Kill, you got it, bro.
Man,
That's
all right.
you won.
Okay, but
Bro,
no,
you
I
won,
got your
bro.
answer. I'm just rebuttaling. I'm just trying to throw.
And
it
I'm
out.
gonna
Keela
tell
goes
you-
wherever
That's
she
how-
wants to when she's sick. She don't care.
Oh my god.
She's never staying
But no,
home.
She
I'm
said,
just
"I'm not
saying,
staying in
though,
the
like,
dungeon."
We just talked about all this stuff, and you know, like, what if they are really depressed,
Right.
and you over here like, oh, you can't come because you're sick.
So I'm supposed to get. You know what? You got.
But
it. I'm supposed to. My immune
Don't
system
hit
gonna
her
have to suffer.
again.
My immune system gonna have to suffer because you wanted to feel wanted.
me personally, I do.
That's you.
That's what I'm saying. That's all.
He ain't not. He ain't. He ain't not on my invite list.
Go ahead.
Not
Go
on
ahead,
my invite
Anaya.
list.
That's why you don't get him.
I would just like to maybe end this segment and say that it depends on the situation and there's levels to it. Because that was a whole
And,
lot.
and I mean qualifying sickness, right?
Mhm.
Is that the only thing that precludes people from not being on your invite list?
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
There are some people that cannot come around me. Period.
I feel it.
Habitual line steppers cannot come around me. People who have made things difficult for me all year long are not invited to my house because they're
Mhm.
related to me by blood or by marriage. Like, absolutely no. Absolutely no. And I'm going to love them from a distance. You over there. Bah humbug.
And I
don't
think
like
it's
it.
I think it's so weird just because I don't really have that perspective just because of I don't really have people come to my house. So I understand it from like your perspective because you would have people come to your house and you would send the invitation. But we would come to people's houses, but we wouldn't
Even the
have
house that I'm invited to.
yeah, like even that. Like I
Mm-mm.
think it's just different. I think my perspective is just different just because we don't really usually have people come to our house.
Gotcha.
And that's where I think it's just as long as you're not sick, you know. But
So you said you wouldn't go to the house you were
Mm.
invited to?
Mm-mm. No. Nope.
I feel that sometimes.
That's your form of self-care, though.
That is my form of self-care.
Use the mic though.
Because it's way
That
over
is your
here.
form of self-care,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, there's I think the older I get, though, the more I understand. There's just certain things I'm not going to put up with.
Yeah.
And I think it took me to this point. After continually opening up my space, my house, my family's homes. I think it took a while for me to get here, but now that I'm here, it's like, yeah, no. I don't care who I'm married to. I don't care. The answer is no.
Yeah.
And I have to stand on that
Stand on business.
because people assume, oh, it's Christmas time. Everybody's festive.
Mhm.
Everybody loves everybody. Everything's just going to be wonderful. Yay.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's
you
like,
can
no.
do bad all 365 days, but
64.
oh well, leap year.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about not counting Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I'm like 364 days. You can cut up all 364 days.
No, I said I was talking about leap year because that's
Mhm.
next year.
You
know?
weren't, but it's okay.
366.
Just gotta let me rock,
Oh,
man.
Okay.
But yeah, you can do all that 364, and then everything just gets absolved because it's one holiday.
But that's all I'm
Mhm.
saying too, though. Like, yeah, don't forget what would happen in
Yeah.
March. Like, we didn't just beef.
Yeah, like you can go without speaking to somebody, but then they expect you to come, and then they'll feel some type of way that you didn't come. But we haven't spoke since how long?
Right.
Right.
You know.
And shout out to Mama Margie. Mama Margie had her birthday. I want to say it was around the 1st of December. And she said it took her longer, but everyone cannot come.
It's the 1st of the month.
It was the first. Yeah, and everybody can't come. Everybody can't, because everybody don't have the right spirit attached to them. People ain't coming to be joyful. Some people are just hell raisers.
Scrooges,
That
man.
and it's a
I want to say one of them Christmases, I got a gun pulled on me too
Oh.
by a relative. Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because
We're
that
gonna
goes
talk
with
about
like,
that.
not everybody gets invited, but like if you know there's about to be a fight between these two people too, that's just corrupting
Right.
everybody else's
Yeah,
peace.
so you should know not to invite people.
Exactly, like,
Just be
there's a-
mindful of the family dynamics and not invite certain people to certain places because it's gonna mess up it for everybody.
How do you decide which ones not to invite?
Right.
Neither.
So both of them just.
I think so, because if you're gonna hold one person accountable, the other
Right.
person's always gonna feel some type of way. Then they're gonna be like, okay, they're picking favorites. Now it's F everybody. Instead of being like, okay, neither of y'all can come
Yeah.
until y'all get your act together.
Yeah. And yes, a gun, a full-fledged gun in my face. Yes. I don't know no fake guns. But I can definitely tell you about a real one. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, for real?
Yeah.
For real? That's what we doing?
Was he drunk?
I don't know. I don't know if he was drunk or high.
It was a man?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. I probably
And
don't.
so again,
That's crazy.
there are some people that just can't come. Because I don't know, are you a live wire? Like, if what's going to make you tick? Do you have any weapons that we need to know about?
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff, right? Because that thing could have went off, right? And it
Mhm.
affected me for a long time.
I would have.
But I was more pissed off than anything, because I'm like, I can't even believe that you would have the audacity
to do that.
to
Yeah.
do
Like,
that.
who are you?
and then come back the next time like nothing ever
Like,
happened.
yeah, that's the wildest thing. Like somebody can do something that egregious and be like, "So what's up, man?" Or they'll ask you for a
it's
favor.
Good. It's good. Always.
They'll be like,
Always asking for the favors. Always have a handout. Always.
yeah.
But never. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. That was so wrong. Nothing like that ever happened. Nothing like that ever came up.
It's always,
Nothing.
"Oh, you did this to make me do this."
Playing victim.
And it wasn't even that person was trying to get to me.
Mhm.
They were trying to get to someone who was in the house, but there
Mhm.
were children in the house. And I'm not about to step to the side so you can go in there flailing and doing whatever you're doing. You're
Right,
going to have to go
children,
through
yeah.
me. So if that means you got to shoot me, then okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that person did not come in the house and they sped away. But we can't have that.
Uh-uh.
And I can't do it. I can't do that. Right. And so this time of year is very different
Mhm.
because I have to protect my peace. I have to know who's coming. I have to know that they on the same wavelength as me. And if there's any doubt, can't
Yeah,
come.
because we call those crash dummies.
Right.
We're not gonna invite no crash dummies, especially with family. We got
And y'all know how I feel
grandma.
about the babies.
Yeah, we got grandmas, we got grandpas, we got kids, we got everybody in here, and you gonna try to just crash out over
Because
something?
you mad? Because somebody said something?
Like that's ridiculous. And you pulling it
You
probably
on
on
10 for
and-
why?
and you probably pulling it on family.
Yeah. And for why though? How did we go 0 to 100 so everybody can't come? Because some people ain't mentally there. Because it's about, I don't know if it was a disrespect thing or that person felt disrespected, or I want to say there was a joke made and this person took it to heart and came back with a gun.
Man, if you don't just go outside and throw the hands.
But why?
If you know, I'm saying, if you feel like that, just go outside, throw the hands, dap up, y'all good. But we ain't gotta do that.
And they good present day. But that's something that always sticks in the back of my mind because they, oh Lord, I don't know
Was
the
I born?
exact. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know the exact year. Sometimes traumatic events you kind of put them in the back. I don't know the year. All I know is I was looking at a black gun in my face. That's all I can remember. And not moving, basically saying, "No, you're gonna have to go through me to get in there." And so
That's what we call standing on business, though. I like that.
but it's affected how I see that person.
No, exactly. Yeah.
And so it's like we can't always have a happy holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when you acting a fool,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know if we put you in that position again, if you would respond the same way or if you would actually go through with it the next time, right? And you just you can't play with yourself like that.
Yeah, you can't base things off of ifs.
No.
You know,
No.
that's a if now. Like, if how would he respond now if the same thing was to transpire? And we don't work on ifs no more.
And it really, honestly, it's born out of self-esteem or lack thereof, right? This person felt embarrassed, and because they didn't have the language or the ability to communicate in the right way, they resorted to what they thought would get them respect, I guess. I don't know. But we can't have that. And so, I'm just wondering if I'll snap out of it. I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try. So the last question I have for you guys, because we're running out of time. Have you noticed any shifts in your perspective on holiday festivities over time?
Yes. Like I said, I think of it more just as a break of school now. Like, I used to think of it like the gag gifts parties and being at family's house and eating all the good food and being around family. But now, just the older I get, I be tired all the time. And I just want to just sit down and lay
He
down.
says in his 20s.
I'm telling you,
Baby.
my knees, they hurt. But, it's just a rest day for me. A rest day. Yeah. I just take it the time to go to my dad's house, kick it with them for a little bit, then come home, rest and chill, go to Nana's house, eat some food, and just chill for the rest of the day. Really, that's what has changed for me, instead of going to family's houses and doing the gag gift parties and playing taboo and all these other things. Like,
that used to be fun.
I know.
That used to be. Has your perspective changed?
Definitely. I think as a kid, Christmas was always the one thing I was looking forward to. I was always so excited for it. Excited for the gifts, excited to go to LA to see my cousins, play games, all that. I think as I got older, and you got to start buying gifts now, so it's different. The perspective definitely changes. It's now you're like, dang, I got to get this and this, and then I feel like for me, as I got older, I feel like I started looking less forward to Christmas every year, because I'm starting to just look at it as a day now, to where I get to eat.
Okay. Kind of like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get gifts, but gifts change when you're an adult. I feel like if I wanted it, I could just buy that.
Right.
Subtle flex, kind of question mark.
Subtle, just a little bit. A little flex.
Question mark. Okay.
Has your perspective changed, Anaya?
I would say yes, positively and negatively. I know when I was younger, like he was saying, Christmas, it was like, oh, it's Christmas. Wake up early, open presents. But these past 3 years, I would be the first one awake. And I'm like, come on, guys, let's get up, go open your presents. And they're like, no, we're actually going to sleep in. Oh, okay.
So you're still excited, but nobody else is?
Well, no, I make them excited. Like matching pajamas. My idea, you're going to be excited with me. It's Christmas,
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say the positive is I do like buying gifts for other people. Yes, the financial part is not great, but I like Keela was saying.
How do you pick and choose who you gonna buy gifts for? Is it just everybody in your house?
Oh, my mom, my dad, and my brothers.
Okay.
That's who I feel obligated to give gifts to.
Gotcha.
Everyone else is like, oh yeah, me and my mom went shopping for you, but it was her money.
Goodness.
I'm just
on record.
honest.
It's on record, guys.
Hopefully Kathy's not listening.
It's on record.
Oh, she knows.
Clip it.
I'm very honest with my mom.
Clip it. Chat clip that. Chat clip
That's
that.
bestie. She knows everything.
Keela, your perspective, has it changed?
Yeah, I definitely think it's changed, just like what everyone was saying so far. Like, as a kid, you look forward to it, and like I said, I got to see all my cousins and stuff too. But after she passed, it kind of was like I didn't see my cousins for 5 years after that. So it kind of was like we grew a bond, but then since this person wasn't, putting in the effort anymore, it's like, oh well, now you're my cousin that I don't talk to. So whatever. And then As I got older, just kind of like what you were saying. Also, like year to year, I kind of have to prepare myself because you don't know what's about to happen and like how that's gonna affect you. So yeah, it's definitely changed though. I'm definitely not as excited.
Jalen?
What was the question? I think I
Has
answered
your-
it.
you
you
answered?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a
You
success.
answered, Quinessa?
My perspective has changed. I mean, since losing my aunt, my perspective on the holidays has matured.
Mhm.
And now it's just become like a time of like intentional reflection.
Mhm.
But also like being away from my family physically,
Mhm.
I have had to create Christmas for myself and for like my new family. So my perspective on it has become one that's just like really, really intentional because I'm the one that has to make it.
Gotcha.
That was a deep answer.
That was very deep. Yeah.
Intentional reflection.
I mean, and I think everybody's position, I mean, as you grow older, like it's always a big deal for the little ones, right? I agree with Byron in the chat. You want to see the joy on the babies' faces, you know, because at this age, most of them are still grateful to get gifts and they're excited when they rip the paper off and you see that. And so that's always a beautiful thing. But I don't do gifts, so that's not anything I'm looking forward to, but I would like to do something like an adult sleepover, like we used to do as kids. I want to like nostalgia, right? I would love to, do like, I don't know, gingerbread party, gingerbread stuff. Like we used to just build little houses and just sit and chill. Like those are the things that I look forward to in this season. And so because I haven't scheduled one, I probably need to.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make me feel better.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think you need it
because then you
Okay.
can still use your community like aspect. You know, you got people that you want to be around, but then you're doing something that
I'm
you
either
used
here.
to. Yeah, you know.
I'm either here or at home.
Yeah.
So that seems like y'all would have to come and spend the night. I don't know.
I have a question.
I don't know.
Unrelated question, but this has to do with Christmas. When is a good time to tell a kid Santa is real?
They should never know.
They should never think that Santa's real.
Basically, up until since I can remember, I knew he was fake. And let me tell you why. My mom was never like, leave cookies out for Santa. And she would always tell people, like, as I got older, I worked too hard for you to sit up here and not know where these gifts come from. And it was also like during Christmas time, like leading up to Christmas, the presents were already under the tree. Right. You were not fooling me. I know nobody's climbing down that chimney.
I mean, I have an electric fireplace, so it would be really hard to talk about that.
Age, maybe like
Thought you snuck in.
I don't
middle school at the latest. Like,
middle school.
I don't know. I don't
Man.
like, cause like
That's crazy.
Why y'all just
keep the
can't tell
kids
them I did it?
joyful.
Like, I mean, and Santa is what it is. I mean, and shout out to Black Santa who's gonna be here for our minis event on Saturday. So if y'all have some little kids, how many you see that segue?
You know,
If you
but
have
you
some
see the
little
segue
kids.
that I hit you through the lob.
If you have some little kids that really enjoy doing gingerbread houses and stockings and wreaths and taking pictures with Black Santa, have them come through this Saturday from 12 to 2. We're going to be over here just hanging out with the babies. We're aiming for ages 5 to 10, but that doesn't mean your little ones can't join the party. So go ahead and register on our website. That's bylp.org. Additionally, next week, and I'm going to get all these announcements out right now because this is actually our season finale, and we didn't say that at the top, but surprise.
Sorry.
Next week, we are doing a special holiday edition of MBSAT, which is mindfulness-based substance abuse treatment, from the 18th to the 22nd. If you are a young adult or a student who is out for the week, come and party with us. I mean, it won't be much of a party, but we'll give you some tools to add to your toolbox to help you cope during these triggering times, because we know the holidays sometimes can be triggering. With that, is that the only announcement I have? All right. So if you're interested in MBSAT for the week, coming and hanging with us, eating it every day during the week, and a party on that Friday, make sure you sign your young folks up at bylp.org. So we are at the end of the show. We've run over just a little bit, but that's okay. We're starting to do that. You know, we on CP time, and sometimes that just goes over, and it's okay. We cannot wait to get back to you January 8th. We are moving our podcast studio over to another building. We'll have more space, more guests, and you in the chat. So we look forward to that. And so with that, we are going to hit you with the peace sign. We're going to sign out for today. We will see you soon. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, happy joy. All right, peace out.
Merry Christmas.